What's going on, guys? I'm Steve. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another video. If it's your first time stopping by the channel, hit that subscribe button. Trust me, you won't regret it. If you're a returning subscriber, as always, guys, welcome back, and I do appreciate the support. Guys, listen. Now, we all seen last week that Carlee Russell was found guilty, for faking a kidnapping in order to pay restitution, and they tried to sentence her to jail time, which people had a big problem about that, namely her family. The lawyer spoke about it. And speaking of the lawyer, I want to say something to you guys real quick. Being a content creator isn't just more to me than about just making a video and talking about it. Sometimes it's a follow-up, and sometimes, doing these videos, they affect you. They become part of who you are, and you inject yourself into them. Never in my wildest dreams would I think my channel has grown to what it is from me just being myself. And I pride myself on being myself and being honest with you guys. And today's topic and video is no different. And yes, it's about Carlee Russell. And a lot of you guys are probably like, Steve, how do you keep coming up with these different videos when, it seems like open and shut? I think it's more than that. Last night I don't know why, I just was, laying in bed and I was thinking about some of the videos I've done and the motives behind what people do. And it hit me. I think I know why. After that video, I said, why Carlee Russell never make a public apology, in public. I think that has a lot to do with this next video I'm about to tell you. And guys, I want you to watch this video before you make a judgment of what I'm saying or what I'm thinking. Hear me all the way through to the end of this video, and then please leave me a comment and tell me if I make sense or not, because guys, you got to hear this, and I'm gonna provide proof of why I say what I say. Let's jump into it. Yesterday, I made the video about Carlee Russell when I said that, hey, she may not ever make a public apology, but I know she won't do it because for some reason, normally they make people face the music, and at least say, hey, I was wrong. I'm sorry. I hurt so many people. You never heard that. Her parents have never came out and made a public apology for going on national TV and lying on the Good Morning America, whatever it was. They never did it too. And it threw us all up, into like a mental whirlwind. Okay, well, maybe that's where she gets it from. I think it's a lot more than that. And I'm gonna jump into it right now. Check this out. Now, the lawyer, I think, tells it all. Let's go all the way back to the beginning when she was found out that this was a hoax. Remember, they came out, what was it, a Monday or Tuesday? They came out and they were like, hey, there's this came up there and was like, hey, you give us no choice. We can't talk to this girl in the hospital. Y'all are keeping us up. Remember, the parents and stuff was keeping her away. Oh, she's not ready to talk. She's not ready to talk. All of America was waiting. If there's a kidnapper out there and doing this to women, he should be found. Somebody does a wrong to you, you want to write it. You want to get the victims caught. That's the first thing that went up with the police, right? So the family kept her away. Weekend passed. And I was like, you guys can expect something soon because these police ain't going to play dilly-dally with this thing and let them keep delaying this because it's not adding up. Boom, they get a lawyer. The lawyer meets with them. Then we find out the lawyer was, what's the name? Emory Anthony, right? Pictured over here. Emory Anthony was the lawyer. He walked to the Hoover PD to speak with them himself before they came out with the announcement of her lying, because I guess he broke the case open and went and told them. And was like, okay, listen, this is what we're dealing with. Listen to what he says, and I'm going to break down what he's saying in these interviews he's did, these small little statements, and refers to where I think I'm going in this channel. Check it out.
It's a great meeting, a short meeting, just to try to identify some things about where we go from here, responsibilities that we need to take care of. But it was a great meeting, and I want to commend the Hoover Police Department and the Chief of Police for their action and how they had handled everything. So hopefully we can get to the end game, as they say, of this particular thing.
Guys, that was attorney for Carlee Russell, Emory Anthony. The first initial time he went to the police station after hearing the case and letting them, the Hoover PD know he's representing the case and what's been presented to him. And how can they rectify the situation as simply as possible? You heard him come out and talk. He said, hey, it was a good meeting. And it was a fruitful meeting. He gave them respect, the Hoover PD respect, and all this other stuff, right? Now, it's one thing I didn't tell you guys, and I'm going to say this real quick. If you notice, you'll hear the word her mind state or her mental state, or just to make sure, you know, we have to handle her a certain way to make sure she's okay. I want you guys to keep that in mind. Now let's go to the next time the lawyer spoke. This is after the she went to court. Well, they made the announcement that everything was a hoax. Check this out.
I don't think anyone feels relieved about being charged with anything where there's a possibility that you're looking at jail time. So I don't think anyone feels, and certainly Carlee is a young lady that is having difficult issues right now, but hopefully she'll work through them.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, that's the video. Once, you know, it was found that it was a hoax, you know, before she went to court. Now, in that first video I showed you, they had said, hey, they want to get her a psychiatric evaluation. And a lot of us was like, for what? I mean, this is stupid. Like, why would you even do all that? Even though a lot of people said she was crazy and things like that. Now, you heard him say multiple times in interviews, hey, you know, we want to make sure her mental state is correct, or she, you know, she's okay. We care about our clients, which a lawyer would say, and what you would think that is true. I think when he took this case and everything was presented to him, that's why he went by himself to the law office, because there's no way she could go in there and talk with him standing there and let them interview her again. Because remember, they only talked to her that one time initially when that crazy story was told in the hospital, and then they was rushed out by the family. Let her rest, let her rest, let her rest. Ladies and gentlemen, I think I know what the problem is, and I'm almost 100% sure. I think Carlee Russell has some type of, and I don't want to use the word to offend nobody, she might have some slowness to her. I've seen her talk before. I'm telling you, it's lining up with what he's saying. When he's talking, is sometimes, look at his eyes when he talks, it's like he can't say the right words to make him comfortable and comfortably say what he wants to say. Yeah, he said right now, she's having some difficult issues right now. That right there screams mental to me. Meaning, I don't want to say what she's having because I don't understand it myself. And when you deal with stuff with mental illness, it's a touchy subject because you don't know what's going on in somebody's head. And you're representing somebody with the parents paying you. You understand what I'm saying? That's the first thing. So that's basically what this video is about. I think she has some type of mental issue going on, and she really does have it. And the family does not want to make that known. Now let's go to this next part. And I'll further prove this. We'll go to the next part, right? The next part was when, you know, this was after she went to court. When she went to court, Anthony spoke again. This is what he said. Now, this is last week after she was found guilty and all this stuff. Listen to what he said.
Under the circumstances of Class A misdemeanor, first offense, if you can find where someone would put in jail, just bring the file to me and I'll look at it. Generally, they're not put in jail. So we totally disagree with that. Restitution, we don't disagree with that. But to lock up and put in jail, we disagree. Eventually, you'll find out the why of it. But I think you can stop saying she was out 48 hours with some guy. I think the Attorney General knows that's not true. I think you can stop saying she was out at the Red Roof Inn. The Attorney General knows that's not true. So we're dealing with issues with Carlee, and we want the best for Carlee. And I think that's, we realize a mistake was made, but we don't want to just pile on right now.
Ladies and gentlemen, that's the last excerpt I want to say. Now, we all saw the other excerpt where he said, hey, you know, we're worried about her mental state and we want to handle her basically under the circumstances with kid gloves. Remember, he said that, kid gloves. That got me thinking. I'm like, why would he say all this stuff when somebody blatantly came out and said that, hey, I lied. it is what it is, get over it, and so on and so forth. And, from us thinking with normal adult thinking, this whole thing is crazy to do that and involve a lot of people that were hurt, only to make them reopen wounds of them dealing with things in the past that brought them together to help your parents find you. I think her mind cannot comprehend the damage that this caused both into the community's eyes towards her and her family, that I just think that the family wasn't even ready for this, and they just went along and played with it because this is something beyond the realm of them thinking about the possibilities of what their daughter would do and has done. That's just my opinion, but hear me out. He keeps saying under the circumstances. You ever notice that? Every time he talks, he said, well, under the circumstances, I don't know why, they want to give jail time under the circumstances. The circumstances is she not right up here. Something's off. They're trying to keep that under close cover. Remember when JLR was talking and doing his media thing, and he was calling out for Carlee Russell and calling out for this? Do you know it makes sense? The woman beeline to him to take the energy off of him so Carlee could get in the car, because Carlee's being accosted as she was coming up to that courthouse. Before that scene, she coming up to the courthouse, he was all in her face. And this is the thing that was crazy. When he was talking and asking her questions, you know what I'm saying? She did this. Remember that picture? Who waves at somebody that's coming at you hard as hell? I'm like, something wrong with her. Why would she do that? Look at how she walked up chewing the gum. She looked like she was clueless. Like, okay, this is rehearsed. Okay, I'll just walk. Okay. I don't think she can comprehend. And it sounds crazy because she does know the difference between right and wrong, but it's something about them not wanting her to open her mouth. The mom went right to JLR before Carlee came out. I'll handle him. Ran right in his face to cause a diversion so she could get in the car real quick, because even though she did what she did, she's still a human being. You keep picking and talking and saying stuff to somebody, a lot of times they lash out. They know their daughter. We don't know her. You understand what I'm saying? So she got in the face. He's making a big thing. She's upset. He's upset. And her child, she jumped in his face. Carlee get in the car, leave off. They do not want her to say anything or let the world see a side of her that is there. Now, I think it's a mental state. It's something with her. Think about this. Her mother is a real estate investor, right? A real estate agent. Her dad has a banking job, right? A nice banking job. These people risk their lives, not their lives, their livelihoods by going on TV and backing their daughter that has done a big kidnapping hoax. I don't know if they could have risked their job, but it could have messed up the relationships they have. Because, this guy has a banking job. Executive banking job. You got to have a lot of honesty and stuff like that. It could have affected his reputation, but he risked that to cover up something that he doesn't want the public to know about his daughter. And the same with the mom. She's a real estate agent. People know her. You think people want to buy a house from her now? She risked that. It's something they are hiding that they don't want the public to know about their daughter. And it might just be a family secret. And Carlee, she kind of, you know what I'm saying? Think about it. They had a party in the house. They kept her in the house that whole time. She can't talk to nobody, can't see nobody. She left a Mercedes-Benz on the side of the road, people. Said she saw a baby running 600 yards. The story might have fit if it wasn't so outlandish. It's something a child would make up. Normal adults don't think like that. I honestly think that this is why her going to jail is a big thing. With her mental state, they are trying to protect her like they've been doing her whole life from negative influences other than what she see on social media, which grafted who she is and what she looked up. Think about it. If she has some type of mental issue and they having a hard time dealing with her in the real world, ain't no way they gonna let her go in that jail where she can be easily influenced by people of negative likeness. Think about it. Hey, my child is not prepared for that. That's why the mom making a big thing. Oh, no, jail time. No, we'll pay whatever we pay. She cannot go in there. It makes perfect sense to me. What about y'all? Another thing is, like he said, there's no red roof in, there's no boy, I believe that. I believe that. I honestly think, you know how she blamed it on her boyfriend and saying, oh, she was mad at him and he was doing this and that? I don't think it was that. I think this is something between her and her parents. And I think that's why they're so angry and quiet about it, because she probably threw a tantrum. She had some type of nervous tantrum that she threw, and it blew up this time really bad. And they're upset about it because it got them involved in it and them in trouble, and they look crazy. All of them look exposed. You think them people live in that nice area, that nice community? People came out, lend support, only to get slapped in the face by the same people they call friends and neighbors. They got to deal with that embarrassment. We got to look at the true reality here. It's something with this girl that's not right that they don't want to let us know about. And it's their business. It's their family business. But I'm telling you, it's something here that caused this whole thing. And it's not normal thought and rational thinking like you and I think on an adult level. That's my opinion. What say you? I think that's it, because the lawyer is basically low-key telling you, hey, handler with kid gloves. Want to make sure she's mentally straight. Meaning like, oh, she might go off and throw another fit, or she might go off and do something. I'm just saying. Leave me a comment, guys. I'm asking you whether you agree or disagree. Leave me a comment. This makes sense to me. I've been thinking about this since last night. Like, man, why am I so consumed about? I just can't understand the motive that she would do that. I just can't. And you know, when you do these videos, sometimes they consume you, because I mean, we're passionate about what we do. At least I am. And it's like, this is a different angle that we haven't looked at, because a lot of times we're blinded by the action and the stupidity of said action. I think that's the issue. She got some type of mental illness or something like that, and they don't want it to be out. Because think about it. The family would do whatever they want, because remember, socially, she already getting torn up. Imagine if it comes up that she has some type of mental disability. It would be horrific, because, you know, there's some people on YouTube and there are people on Instagram, Facebook that would tear this girl up, and they just fighting to protect it. I think that's what it is. You agree or disagree? Leave me a comment. As always, I'm Stock Market Steve for the Dynamic Reason channel. As always, like, comment, share, and subscribe. Thank you if you made it this far with me in the video, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care.